are a quality person. You want to be a millionaire? Yes, live with millionaires. But what if the millionaires who are around you are not doing things in a quality manner? I'll give you an example. Now, most of you who listen to us will probably not want to be friends with a kidnapper, right? You know the person, the drug dealer, is a kidnapper. You know, those of you who are even in the police system, right? The police force. You probably know the persons who are regularly going on patrols and extorting money. Maybe you don't want to be friends with those persons, right? Maybe those type of actions, right, are very clear that, oh, this person is not a quality person. No problem. You don't want to do that. But what if the person who you like to be with is achieving that level of success doing things wrongly, or let me put it better, doing things in the not so savory or nice manner? My late uncle once shared a story with me of a very, very wealthy trader in Lagos. The man had warehouses, not a warehouse, he had warehouses, right, where he'd keep rice, beans, and flour, baking flour. Now, my uncle said he used to respect this man. The man, comes to greet my uncle. My uncle goes to see him. They're business partners, that kind of thing. And it was pretty good. But one day, my uncle had the pleasure, right, of seeing this man's operation, right, in full swing. My uncle used to sell petrol. This man would come buy petrol and sometimes to sit down, hang out and gist. So one day he goes to this man's warehouse, one of his warehouses in Lagos, along the Ibadan Expressway. And then he says what he saw changed his perception of this man. This man had bags stamped or labeled 50 kilograms of rice. But he said what he saw them measure, that they had accurate measures of 50 kilograms. So if in a batch of 100, they will put about 10 or 20 on the scale, and you will clearly see 50 kilograms. And then there were others, the remaining 90 would be about 48 or 45 kilograms. But of rice now. But in that bag, it was labeled 50 kilograms. And they'll seal it up, they'll load it in trucks, and they'll go and sell and distribute. People come and buy. And then my uncle said, he asked his friend, are you not seeing what your staff is doing? Say, now so, say if we not do one like this, we not go make money. And when I say make money, imagine what having a warehouse or warehouses was like 15, 20 years ago. This was when my uncle told me the story before he died. And he said, from that period, he started to give this man space. Because if, in quote, a friend of his can knowingly and willfully cheat the general public, this man is not really a good man. How does he sleep at night? Knowing that some people will buy his goods, thinking they were, in quote, 50 kilograms, but they were not. And he knew about it. He knew. So, my question this morning is this. When we talk about quality people, you want to roll with people who are going to help you become millionaires or make you become successful in your career or whatnot. How do you measure if somebody is quality? Some of you, and I inclusive at one point in my life, would not get into a conversation if that person didn't sound like he went to school or didn't finish from this school. Uniben that time had rep. Ife, highest rep. I wanted to know all the guys and girls from Ife. My idea was skewed. But here we are. We now know not everybody who attended Uniport, Uniben, Ife is even a decent human being. So, once again, how do you determine the quality people in your life?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With June on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk quality conversations. 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. All right, WhatsApp and Telegram available on 08090306416, 08090306416. All right, and if you just join us, the conversation is very straightforward. We're talking about only quality persons. You hear a lot of motivational talk, a lot of motivational speakers, even some of your, in quotes, men of the cloth, right? Oh, tell you, oh, move with good people. How do you know if a person is good? How do you know if this person is quality enough for your aspirations? Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Good morning, Jude. You are talking about quality persons in this country where people know the truth, saw the truth, and then ignored the truth and sold their souls and their votes over the years, not just this past election, but in previous elections. Are you talking about quality people who would see something that is bad and then tell you it's okay? After all, he's not the only one. There are not a lot of quality people in this country, unfortunately, and that's why we are all in this ship together. Until we start to throw some people out of the ship, we will not find quality people. Okay, Adaramewa with that comment. Do you agree? We're talking about quality people, and basically Adaramewa is going on the deep end here. Do you agree that if we look around ourselves, the reason why we are where we are is because we refuse to practice only quality people? We know the truth, we saw the truth, and yet we ignore the truth. Okay. 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, 0809-030-6416. That's why you find us on WhatsApp and on Telegram. Please don't call that number. Do you agree, Adaramara? Adaramara say, look, we don't have a lot of quality people around. That's why things are the way they are. Is that a different conversation? Maybe people are just ignoring the truth. Charles, is that Charles? Yes, that's Charles on the line. All right, let's get to say hello to Charles this wonderful morning. Charles is speaking to us from BMH. Charles, good morning to you. Welcome.
All right. The thing is this. In making contributions for your program, quality people, how do I identify quality people? Your thought matters a lot. So when I come to you as an individual, for example, I come to your external, I come to you, I see you, your name is Jude, and at the time we start the conversation, for example, now, you're going to respond the function of your content. You cannot give what you don't have.
Okay.
So in the course of that discussion, I will know our value systems. If your values are of quality or not. Take for example, I discuss technical questions. Maybe we meet in a school environment, faculty of engineering, and supposedly you're supposed to be in engineering, and we're discussing about a copper culture course, for example, and then we're telling about cultivating. Obviously, our values does not align.
Okay.
And as such, it might be relational as in reality, though.
Yeah.
Because that is he might have his own quality, but for me, in my own value system, then I will say that is not of quality for me. I'll just let him immediately. So I like with my inner space. Thank you very much, Judy.
Oh, okay. All right. So it can be relative. Charles from BMH said it can be relative. I'm related to you. I've seen what you are responding to. Maybe you're not the kind of person. But as subjective as that is, he also asks a very interesting question. That might not be that person is not quality, but maybe it's not just quality enough for you. But then, if you identify, like I said, I very erroneously, and for those years that I had that mindset, I look back and I go, oh, if I could have just changed it. Where I would only see people who were coming out from school or who were attending classes, who were in one university or the other, or who were graduates or who were lecturers as quality people. In fact, if I'm honest, a lot of the times back then, particularly when I was in Benin, I used to think, oh, traditional rulers, all those Onojedem, all those people, they're not quality. They're not quality because they don't know things. They don't know stuff. Those days we used to go, you need to move stuff. They didn't know stuff. How wrong I was. And it's very possible that there's some of you who are listening to us right now, the elderly man on your street who probably didn't attend University of Houston or something may just have the answer to the problems that you are facing, but no, he's not quality enough. It's not. Never reach.
Nigeria Info will be right
news, and then we'll continue our conversations. But before I do that, let's quickly get into our conversation this morning. If you just join us, we're talking about quality people, all right? And I asked the question, how can you identify a quality person? What exactly do you look out for to determine if this person, is quote unquote quality for you? That phrase, birds of the same feather flock together. Remember that? Okay. Now, on Facebook, Mark Opoene Bethel says quality persons can be measured when the person is appointed to share palliatives or food in a wedding or burial ceremony. That's how you know a quality person, right? They are fair in the distribution of the food, right? Interesting. Ikechukwu is speaking to us from Aba. Ikechukwu, good morning to you, please.
Hello, good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Ikechukwu.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry from Aba.
Go on.
Based on this topic this morning, Jude, quality is like when you're talking about, like Jesus says about truth. You know the truth has set you free.
Okay.
You can know many things. You can be a historian and a philosopher, but you don't know the truth. You're not qualitative enough. Maybe you attended Oxford University and some other big universities. You can speak good grammar, you can data, you can do certain things. But the truth, you don't know it. But why you can't see a quality man on earth for now is because truth comes from one source. That is Jehovah and Jesus Christ. And for the fact that people cannot embrace that Jesus Christ and the Word of God and Jehovah Almighty, there's no way nobody has the quality on earth. Because when you say you know the truth, the truth will set you free. You're not qualitative enough. So when you talk about quality, are you getting me? You are talking about the truth. So nobody practices the truth because it's not from one side.
Nobody right now. Are you saying you are not an honest person? Are you saying you're not a truthful person? Nobody is quality enough? So who is a quality person? A total quality person? After the news, we get to find out.
Headline News, Nigeria Info on
92.3
0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. Welcome back. Good morning. It is Hello Port Harcourt, and it's the final conversation this morning. And I ask this morning, what is a quality person? How do you measure that this person is, in quotes, a quality person? Now, let me start before I open the phone lines. All right, let me get back to reading for you traits that could make someone a quality person. Number one trait here is character development. Right? Okay, let the person develop a character. So then, what is a total quality person? Now, a quality person is an individual who, regardless of external circumstances of life, chooses to stick to that authentic identity that defines him or her. Secondly, that person is an individual who is devoted to being their best at all times and doing their best in all things. Total quality people loathe mediocrity. Did I put it in perspective for you? They try to do their best in all time, in all scenarios, despite the circumstances available or prevailing, rather. So, your partner, is he or she a quality person? Your governor, is that person a quality person? Your spiritual counselor or guidance or guards or watcher, are these people quality for you? And the big question, you yourself, you listening, are you a quality person? If you are going to follow Les Brown's advice of only quality persons, OQP, only quality persons, how do you measure it? Because you see the kidnappers, there's some high quality guys there. I can tell you. See those who are peddling drugs, they're high quality guys there. They must have seen something this other person says, you know what, you and I, we can align, we can do this business very well. There was a quality they saw. So if you say, oh, this person doesn't agree with you, and that's why it's not quality, you might be wrong. Like I said, in my own case, my view was skewed. Oh, this guy didn't go to Ife. This guy didn't finish from Luton University. He didn't go abroad. He's not quality enough. Look at his English. It's terrible. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was me.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Yes, Chinasa speaking to us from our order. Chinasa, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chinasa.
Yes. Good. Quality. Is that you want to look at it in the holistic view, because what may be quality for you may not be quality for another person. Depends on the perspective to which you're looking at it. Some people judge quality by somebody's appearance. The type of clothes, clothing,
yes,
the person
yes,
appears, the standards, and you look at it and the person really appears expensive. And I say, that guy is quality.
It's quality.
Do you understand? And people also look at you as a quality person based on the values you have in life. You understand? People also look at you from the norms. You keep to the standard, the basic norms of society. People look at it from that perspective. Jude, I tell you, I've seen quality people that appear quality, and then they go to a function, and when it's time to, as you call it, the item,
Sir.
When they want to, you see people, quality people with their government, with their father, grabbing food as if they are kids. And then they are babies. Some of them will even bait with the soup or the rice. And then you don't young quality. Well, to me, quality is relative. Yes. To me, I value person by the things that comes out of you. Just like the Bible said, it's not what the man is that defies him, but the thing that comes out of him. You understand? Some people, when you look at them, they may not appear expensive in appearance. You know, they may not be putting all the expensive ornaments. But if you near them, the way they talk, they inspire you. In fact, they are full of quality. These are, to me, that's a judge of quality by the thing and how you are able to impact people's lives positively. Thank you.
All right.
My name is Chinasa Yeshimadu.
It's a pleasure to have had you join us this morning, Chinasa. Zion is in GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please.
For the benefit of the conversation, I know you use the word quality person or quality man. But to help me analyze and answer you, I employ to use the word a total man. A total man. A man is an intermediary between an angel and an animal. If it's not an angel, you'll be an animal.
Interesting.
So a total man is that one that stands in between. It takes no sides. All it wants is a total concept of responsibility. If you want to use the word quality man, will be having a serious problem. The concept of being total is the concept of having known your responsibility. Nobody tells you to wake up. You wake up because you have a vision. Your vision drives you. You propel the vision. You know the responsibility. When to give money to your wife, when to speak the truth, when to release these goods, when to deliver a product, when to agree to an agreement, and when to disagree to a disagreement. You also know when to say, I'm sorry and I'm wrong. If you want to look at the concept of quality men, let us be honest. To become a senator, you must be a high-quality human being, right? Are we having them like that in Nigeria?
Do you believe we are not? Are you saying they're not? Are you saying they're not quality? Zion, your comment echoes what Adaramewa said, the first person that I read. I don't know if you listened to it. The person said, look around us. Do you see quality in the people in affairs? That's the reason why we are today. Are you saying that Adaramewa is white? That your senators are not quality men and women?
Mention one that have that quality. One. I'm not saying all of them. One. Is it not the man that told us about budget party and they chased the man out of the assembly? And up till today they cannot defend it. And most of us did our own studies and want to dig a borehole for 100 and something million. One borehole in Nigeria. And even if it's a hockey land, we once have a project at Imo State. That community has no water, no borehole. We were given the job to do there. We did not even charge up to 15 million. A lot of professionals due by calculation, one borehole was over 150 million. Where? How? I said quality people. That is why I pleaded you to use the word a total man. Because a total man is one that will fall and rise up again. Even the Bible told us that a saint is not a man that have not committed the sin, but a man who is a sinner that have fallen and want to rise up again. The best of all husbands doesn't mean that they've never quarreled with their wives before. It's a mission. Many people run out of their marriage. So they came back and said, I am a total man.
So wait,
my wife and my family.
let me use your narrative as describing as a total man. Then how do you then measure that quality in that total man? If we're going to practice
And
only
in issue, I told you that he knows his responsibility. He knows when to say I'm sorry. He knows when to keep quiet when his wife is angry. He knows when to provide. He knows when to tell her, honey, Mama, there is no money in my hands. Can we just manage with this little? He knows when to keep contracts with you. I have an appointment with Jude by 12 o'clock. He will not be leaving his house by 12. He will leave his house by 11 in case of it will be hold up so that before 12, he should Mr. Jude because they agreed by 12. A total man will always want to consider. That is why I said it's an intermediary between the angel and animal. Yes, Zion from Port Harcourt.
All right, Zion, thank you very much. Let's get to read messages now, shall we? 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Onyenechea Steven says, as far as our INEC refuse to put quality persons in office, I think in Nigeria, we don't have respect for quality persons. What do you mean, INEC? Did you go through the primary process? Who were the people who wanted to become delegates? Who were the people who voted that this person should be a delegate? Who were the people the delegates also delegated on and said, we will support you? How does that have anything to do with INEC? Was it the INEC that said, oh, no, this name must be there because we like his face. He looks like a sweet boy. Who were the people in the process? Okay. By gauging if my soul is at peace around them, the kind of people we are comfortable with are indicator of who we really are or what we are willing to allow. I used to ghostwrite and some of my clients were ridiculously wealthy. I stopped offering that service and started rethinking who I should showcase or promote on certain platforms when I realized those clients are not the type of people I'd be okay hanging out with. Some of them are truly horrible people, but they wanted me to use my talent and connections to whitewash their images and public profiles. I also cut off many so-called former friends because my spirit just couldn't rest around them. I feel like I was choking. Some, it's because I didn't want them anywhere near my house, husband or children. Anonymous. Destiny says, Jude, a quality person, in my opinion, is an honest person. Because if an honest person is with you, you then be sure that the service they give you will be quality enough, regardless of your own standard or value for a quality person. Thank you. So, Destiny, let me ask you, what if, have you ever heard of this phrase before? An honest thief. Have you heard that phrase before? An honest thief. This person is so good at what he does or what she does, right? That she tells you or he tells you, oh, I steal this kind of things and I sell. And I'm okay with it. I've come to terms that this is what I can do and I do it very well. If you meet that kind of person, Destiny, would you say that is quality enough for you? After all, the person is honest. The person does not deny that he or she steals. I am a thief. It's very amazing sometimes when you sit down with people in a very neutral environment. You'll be surprised what they will open up to you over. I'm a thief. We're all thieves. When we started, when I say we, I'm talking about myself and who started about the same time. Okay, she's no longer here now. Talking about Mimi, right? She used to read news here. When we started years and years and years and years ago, it was about 2017, 18. There used to be this caller, right? She would call when I was working at night, and she would give ideas, views that were totally off what most of the listeners and callers will be on. If everybody's going left, trust me, when this lady calls and we hear her voice, we just know 70% of this time of this call is going to go right. She's going to not agree with every other person. And this was someone that people would say, okay, this is quality. But would you have agreed with her comments and views? There was always controversy. I'll give you one. On one of my earliest shows in this studio, right? She called in. Can never forget this. She called in and said, Jude, hear me and hear me clearly. Most women would sleep with a man for money. Whether you call them wives, girlfriends, sugar mommy, sugar babes, whatever runs girls, they will do that. The studio caught fire that night. Married women called. How can you say that me, a married woman, I'll be sleeping with my husband for money? And then she called again and she said, let me break down my points. If that kind of person tells you the honest truth, would you say you are ready to be friends with that person? That's quality, isn't it? Yeah. What does Jude know, really? What does Jude know? Goodness on WhatsApp says, Jude, good morning. In Nigeria, truthful, quality people are jettisoned in favor of the crooked. The value system is so warped. Ask jambites, lecturers, examiners. What of the market woman and man who puts good tomatoes and other items on top? You get home and discover rotten ones beneath. You buy fabrics and things measured or weighed and find out you are shortchanged. Give workers money to buy you original materials and you are giving fake items. Ask your politicians who never stood for primaries, are in Senate and other posts, making laws for our unborn generations. Technicians and workers who roam around to collect money from clients with no good job done. What of the judiciary? A quality person is truthful, straight as a needle, honest, sincere. For a quality person, his or her yea is yea and nay is nay, no matter the conditions or state. Once again, and that's from Eregoba. I beg your pardon. Eregoba. All right. I ask, if that lady who called me years ago said these things today on this station, the person is honest, right? The person is giving you logical views. Would you say that person is quality? In fact, you know what? I think on one of these Sundays, I will have a conversation about what she said. Let me get to hear from you, the lovely people of River State. Yes, let me get to hear. Now, I'm not saying anyone is 100% perfect, and I truly get why some people can never tell the public the whole truth about what they have done. But you see all those rich folks that cannot give you an exact answer to how they made it. Fear them. Some of them do juju and theft. Yet their public answer to how they made it is, it was just by the grace of God. I am not religious, but I was not going to willfully and knowingly help deceive those who are. That's from Anonymous. Now, this one reads, a quality person is one who said, I will give you your clothes on Thursday, and that Thursday you will get it. Keeping to your word is quality for me. Sindor from Port Harcourt. Good morning, Jude. Most of us are guilty of this topic. We may be quality in dressing, but what about character? When you told your husband you need some certain amount of something, but that's not the true amount you actually needed. What about your callers who call in and say they are calling from their villages, whereas they are now in Port Harcourt dragging an apartment with us? They are not quality. Lady V. So, how do you then measure quality? What is the true representation of who a quality individual or individuals are? Once again, as Brown says, practice OQP. Only quality persons. Only quality persons. My question to you this morning still is, are you that quality person? I think we have time for one more call, and I'll read these messages before I step out of the studio. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007. Quality people, Jude, here you are asking Nigerians, these same Nigerians that will pull you down if you speak the truth. These same Nigerians that will tell you left is right and right is left. Jude, you are asking the wrong group of people. James is saying, I remember starting today and I said, we have focused so much on all the bad that people have done in this country, and that's what we continue to spew every day. Only quality persons. Yes, you said the truth. But what about those who are fighting the narrative that it's only bad things that come out from this place? Well, my job for here, or at this point, is done. My name is Jude. Follow on social media at Omamigwe Jude. I'll be on Twitter. Jude Samuel Omamigwe on Facebook and on X. Do not forget, at Nigeria Info PH is where you get all the greatest content, conversations every single day. Facebook and on X. Good morning.
This season, we're giving away 89 million naira. Don't be left out. Save 10,000 naira or more in your Union Bank account